Welcome to Books, Booze, and Murder, Campfire Chats.
Woohoo!
I'm Anna.
I'm Alexa.
And we are two besties who love to read and chat true crime, and that's just who we are.
Uh-huh.
I don't have my usual script in front of me because I'm just lazy.
Dude, right now we don't need our script in front of us. We have drinks in front of us.
Yes, we do. And we're not sponsored, but I have my Dogfish Head vodka lemonade with strawberry and honeyberry, and it is yummy.
And the Sunny D just brings me all the way back to the 90s.
I was like, pick a drink, any drink. I'm actively trying to get rid of what is in my fridge, and you're like, yes, please.
I'll take that one. Okay, if I must.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we are officially in August. I truly don't remember the last time we recorded because we're a little bit late with this one. Doesn't matter. But yeah, we're in August and chaos is ensuing. And But I actually read Butcher and Blackbird a couple weeks ago. And I know myself and a mutual friend of ours were like, you have to read this. I know you just bought all three. I'm not going to give it away because it's also the featured book for book club. But holy shit. I learned some stuff. Like, I know we only have, like, our BBM TikTok, but I'll, like, go on that just to kind of get things rolling. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I wonder how other people approach this particular part of the book.
Sure.
And there's people who have the book, like, their phones open, and then they tilt their heads to the side, like, so that's how that works. Oh. Yeah, Alexa hasn't read any of this yet, so she doesn't exactly know what she's in for.
I don't know what we're talking about, and I'm okay with it for right now. I'll figure it out when I am fully caught up in all the other books that we have on the lineup.
Yeah. No, we're talking about that, and I think we're going to probably feature that trilogy next in 2025, right?
March.
Yes, so we're going to feature that. Was it March? Yeah.
March, because we have something else in February, and the third book comes out in February.
Yeah, so that's going to give everyone time to read and get caught up, and then pretend like they're chatting with us when we talk about it.
Yes.
So I'm not going to give too much away, but it is the featured book club pick for the next fitness thing that I'm going to cover in a couple weeks, and I'm so excited! But, okay, so what have you read since we chatted last?
Well, the first one I kind of touched on in our last episode, but this is If the Duke Demands. I finally finished it, and I obviously posted. I'm like, I fucking called that ending. Like, there's sometimes it really annoys me that when I call the ending and it's so damn accurate. Sometimes it annoys me.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty solid storyline. Nice smutty scenes. Mm-hmm. It was fun. Like, it was a fun read to do, for sure.
Sometimes you just need those fun, mindless reads to just make you feel better.
Yes. Every now and then, it's just beautiful.
Yeah. I was kind of comparing it to Bridgerton in a way.
Yeah, because you've read this one also. Mm-hmm. And then, I'm like, it is definitely that era where you go and you have your seasons as a young lady, which I'm like, I would never survive in that time and era. All the dresses and the ladylikeness, and I'm just like, where's my Sunny D beer? I'm gonna belch here now too.
That's all right. That's what we do around a campfire anyway. We drink and burp. It's great.
So good. So good. But I'd never survive in that era. But there is a definite difference between this Carlisle Brothers series and the Bridgerton series. Like, and you and I were talking about this. The Bridgerton series is... It has all of the drama, but it does follow more along that storyline and the plot line that would actually happen in the 1800s or whenever the fuck this was in London. Mm-hmm. It definitely follows that a lot more closely in the books, not necessarily in the show.
Yeah.
And then this one doesn't at all, because there's no way a young lady would do that. That would disgrace the living shit out of her. So, small things.
Yeah, small things. Better smut with the Anna Harrington books, but
yes,
maybe not. I mean, some of that. There's another series I want to introduce you to.
Yeah. Okay.
Where I think because she's put in an author's note about the historical accuracy and like some of the things that aren't historically accurate, but she wanted to add that.
Sure.
So I think they're just a fun Victorian read.
Yes, it is. I will agree with that completely. So that was a fun little book that. Oh, and I didn't even bring it with me to give it back to you. Gosh, damn it!
I'm moving anyway. It's a time of chaos. I'll get it back eventually.
I know. I know. Anyway,
but, yeah.
I read another smutty read.
Yes. Elle Kennedy is just our theme this year. You got me started and I can't stop. So I read...
I'll take that.
So I read The Legacy by Elle Kennedy, which is the last book in the Off-Campus series. And I had been so hesitant to read this for a while because online everyone was just like, she forgot the character development, blah, blah, blah.
Oh.
And one of our followers, I think it was like, give it a shot. Just remember, there's the Graham effect. Have you heard of that yet?
Yes, I have heard of the Graham effect. I've thought about reading that one too. I'm just like, I have so many books on my to-be-read list that I'm like, I need to do that first. That's going to be there eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably read it this fall when I need a moment to just have a quick read and feel...
Excuse me. There it is.
Yep. But I really liked how there was a section for each couple.
Okay.
So it starts off with Logan and Grace.
Of course.
And then it has Tucker and... No. Allie and Dean. Allie and Dean.
No,
it goes out of
Dean.
order from the books.
Oh, well, it's a little bit in order because Logan and
Grace
are the second couple.
Yeah.
Does it go 2, 3, 4, 1 back to Graham?
Ends on Graham.
Because then if it goes Allie and Dean, then it's got to go Tucker and Sabrina.
Yeah, I'm thinking that might be the order. I think in the end it doesn't even fully matter.
Fair enough.
So I'm not going to give it away, but...
But does it follow them, like, after college?
Yes.
Type of thing? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's 4 years after they graduated. Or 4 years after the boys graduated.
Okay, so Logan and...
Grace.
No. Logan and Graham should be in the NHL at this point.
Yes, they are.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Dean should be out in law school. Nope. Because
No.
he's gonna be a gym teacher.
Coach.
Spoiler.
Coach.
But he's gym teacher,
yes,
so he
gym
can
teacher
coach.
and coach. Yes.
Spoiler.
So he is still doing that.
Okay.
And I'm not giving away. Well,
I haven't read the Tucker and Sabrina one. I don't know if I'm going to read that one, but like, because I don't know. I'm like.
Tucker and Sabrina can be really annoying because Sabrina is so used to being independent, and Tucker is like...
Because you just get a bad taste for Sabrina from Dean.
Yes, but at the end of that book, Dean and Sabrina do sit down, hash it out, and they're on good terms.
Well, I fucking hope so. But Tucker's going to be his best friend and everything. It's like,
yeah.
Don't get in the middle of the best friends, you stupid bitch.
Yeah. But at the same time, Tucker's probably the only one that's able to bring down her barriers because you understand why she's so hard. Like, her home life is terrible.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Explains why she also hates Dean.
Yes, because she always thinks he's self-entitled, and she doesn't have that at home. She has to work for everything.
Okay. And he just has either name, and it'll get him into anywhere in New York City.
Yeah. And for her, she has to work for everything.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So I'm not giving away much, but their part of the legacy is they do get married, and it's their honeymoon, and it's a series of unfortunate events. Their relationship is fine. What happens to them? Not so much.
Oh.
But there's a certain element involved in there where you just can't help but giggle because this one element ties all of them together. It's an object.
Okay.
And it ties all of them together, and you can't help just be like, this is ridiculous, but it's hysterical.
Okay.
And then I saw so much criticism for Hannah and Garrett, but the thing is, and it relates to his dad.
I love their story, though.
Yeah.
I love their story so much. Garrett's dad sucks.
Well, that's a lot of what their story is involving, is his dad trying to pull bullshit, and Garrett's like, I'm not playing into this shit.
I am so glad that's how that turned out, though, because he's bullshit. He sucks a lot.
Yeah. So I, of course, read that pretty quickly. I actually really enjoyed it.
Okay, good.
So, and then in our local library system, not our closest library to us, but another library has the Graham effect. I think it is. It's either ebook or it's a hard copy.
Okay.
But either way, like, I can continue reading.
Yeah. All of the Elle Kennedy off-campus series.
Yeah. And then you actually have another Al Kennedy book that you've read, right?
Yes, I did. I read the score, and that is Dean and Allie's story.
Spicy!
It was spicy. It was very spicy. I enjoyed that. It was... I think it's a little... I'll criticize it a little bit because Dean is supposed to be the playboy. He's supposed to be the one that jumps from girl to girl to girl to girl to girl to girl. It's like, okay, so what is it about Allie? Like, you're not afraid of Hannah ripping your dick off? I would be. Because, you don't deal with, you don't play with your best friend's girlfriend's best friend. That's a no. That's a hard no, my friend.
Well, I think Dean needed the kink factor that Allie brings in.
That's fair.
I think that's what really changed the score. Did not do that on purpose.
Pun intended.
Like the bathtub scene, like I'm not going to give it away for everyone.
No, it was fun. Funny.
Yeah.
That was very funny too.
But you're like, I don't know how I feel about this. And I'm like, no, the spice factor is there.
No, it is.
This is, oh.
They definitely... And of course, like, you always know that there's something that's going to rip them apart a little bit at some point. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, I don't know. But it was good. I thought it made me so sad. Yeah. That part in the book completely ripped them apart made me so sad. And I'm like, oh, I can relate to that. Yeah. That sucks a lot. Mm-hmm. And then... somehow it all works out. Allie's great too, by the way. Like, her having her great personality and having her mom pass away and having her dad have Parkinson's and she's an only child. I'm like, oh, dude. Yeah. Like, go girl. You're way more mature than most girls your age, because that fucking sucks. Yeah. A lot.
And actually, her home life and how things have progressed is brought up in the legacy, too.
I believe it.
So, it's, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, so good. So good.
I loved her being just in awe of all of the things that Dean has. Mm-hmm. Like the penthouse that has 3 floors. And she just goes... like, it's just the mouth, like the way Elle Kennedy describes Allie just being like, what? Jaw dropped, like completely in awe of everything. And then it's like, oh yeah, just go and take some of my sister's clothes. She'll never know they're missing. And she's like, oh, this is this name Brandon, this name Brandon, this name Brandon. Oh my gosh. Mm. It's so funny.
The death of Beau got me though.
I was going to say it. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. But going back to the penthouse, though, like, when she talks, when they go over how they christen the penthouse, I was like, hot damn.
That sounds about right.
But for that couple, though, it suits them.
It does. It really, really does. Like, yep, cherry on top. Yep. Done. Awesome. Yeah. And I was about to say, why'd you say the last book that you were, like, not a fan of for the last?
Because I wanted to discuss it anyway. And so I shot myself in the foot. Okay. So this particular book, it was being raved about. And I've talked about this on our YouTube stories a little bit.
Right. So did you hype yourself up?
Yes, I hyped myself up for it.
Like, hardcore hyped yourself up and were like, this is going to be great. It's going to be awesome because everyone says it is.
Yes.
Okay.
So I hyped myself up because the first place I saw a review for it, the person that read it was like, I'm not into true crime. Like, this is not my genre. This is my favorite book.
Interesting.
So I was like, okay. And then people are going crazy about it. And then one of our listeners, they're like, you've lost your mind, but that's all right. You'll get it back.
No, I won't. It's fine.
And I just laughed at it because I'm like, I adore our listeners for sure. Mm-hmm. So this book, I saw it was coming to our local library. Mm-hmm. And I put a request in for it.
I remember you saying that, and you were only going to be able to have it for like a week because it was so new.
Yeah, but before that, it was still being in the process, like our local library was processing it. Mm-hmm. And I saw I was the 5th person in line for it. Yep. So I was like, perfect. I'm going to have like a month and a half before I read this. fine. Like, I have a whole list of books I have to read.
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, I'm not kidding you. It was like 2 to 3 weeks later. I see on my account, there's one book that's due in a week. And I'm like, I don't even have that in my possession. This is a mistake. And that's when I learned, apparently my turn was up. Keep in mind, the day before I went to the library to return a book.
Sure.
And I might have borrowed 2 other books. So I'm finishing up the current book I'm reading. I have these 2 other books that I'll talk about in the next Campfire Chats.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden I see, oh, there's a whole other book I have to read before all of this.
Not to mention the one we're doing for this month's episode, the big episode.
I haven't read it yet again.
I know.
Why
I know.
did I do this to myself?
I don't know.
So the book I'm talking about is All the Colors of the Dark. And I'm still going to recommend it to people to read because it still has gotten a lot of really great reviews. But I'm still going to hold true to what I said before. The first third of it was very slow for me. It just was like, okay, how far am I into this? Okay, what page am I on? Okay.
Oh, it was to that point.
2/3 of the way it got better. Because things were starting to speed up, but it was still like, meh. The last third I read in like 2 sittings, but the only reason why it got broken up that way was because I had to go to bed.
Understood.
So
the last third of it was good.
Yes, the last third of it was good, but the thing is, we're very used to Frida McFadden, where you like...
It's fast.
Yes.
Those are fast books.
Yes. For me, this was not a fast book, and it got really annoying because it's basically about this kid named Patch, who has one eye. He was born with one eye.
Okay.
He saves the life, and I'm not giving anything away, this is the overall premise. He gets really famous because he saves the life of a girl in his town, and he gets kidnapped.
Oh.
By the person who is attacking her.
Oh.
So his best friend witnesses this girl going to the police department to say, I just got attacked. This kid saved me. And his best friend's like, oh shit, that's my best friend.
Sure.
So this friend, and like this is a little outside of it, but I'm still not giving anything away. She is constantly trying to find her best friend. She's constantly trying to bring justice to him.
Okay.
And eventually he is found and does get brought back.
Okay.
But the majority of the book, he's trying to find this one person he was in captivity with. Or kidnapped with.
Okay.
Because when he was being kidnapped, he was in a dark room, all the colors of the dark, with this one person. So he spends his entire life looking for this person.
Oh, so this is a long, drawn out, over many, many years type of book.
Starts in the mid-70s and ends in the 2000s.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand it very much now.
Yeah.
I get that.
But who he does get kidnapped by, and a lot of that, is like a serial killer of young girls. So he was the difference. So it was like, after a while, a lot of the personalities got me really annoyed. But the way that it comes together at the end, oh my god. Like, there's a lot of things I did not see coming. Someone who was put on death row who didn't actually commit the crime. That's a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm not saying who. So, I mean, I'm still recommending it for people who want to read it, but it was slow. Until the very, like, the last, 150 pages.
I've read a couple books like that where I'm like, where it's so drawn out. There's a lot of build up, and I can't follow it along. I think the last one I read that was really like that was, I started it at the very first silent book club that we went to. It's not Demon Copperhead, but it's another one by Barbara Kingsolver. If
you upload it to the Instagram page.
I don't know if we were doing that yet, so I don't know if it's there.
Okay.
But it's the Barbara Kingsolver book, and it's when they go to Africa for their father's mission trip, and it follows the story of these 4 girls in Africa, and it literally follows them from when they are girls, 14 years old, until they are adults.
Oh.
So and I'm like, that was another one of those books that was a slow build up. I'm listening, I should say, to another book that's like that. And my one friend that recommended this book is like, this is so good. There's just a lot of build up to it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta prepare myself for that.
I don't know if I can handle the build up. You said it was Barbara Kingsolver?
Yeah.
The Poisonwood Bible.
That one.
Yep.
That one.
Yeah. So I think that's what really does it, is like, I think if there's a build up, it has to be done in a special way for it to keep our attention. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it needs to not be an entire lifetime.
Yes.
It needs to be, or multiple lifetimes. It needs to be a year or two.
Yeah.
I definitely think that's been my my niche, my forte, where it's like I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like the multiple years, and especially when you are reading a book and it jumps in between years, where it's like, wait, what was going on in this time period? Wait, what was going on in this time period? Wait, what was going on in this time period?
Yeah. Oh, that was another thing that really bothered me, is the names just weren't sticking in my head. Like, it wasn't like they were complicated names, but there was a few times where I was like, wait, who is this again? Oh, that's the mom. Who's that again? Oh, that's the best friend. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
So that part was
Were they, like, similar enough that it was just...
It was similar enough to where it was, like, not the actual name, but it was the context.
Okay.
So that part was really difficult for me. But either way, I read it, and now I'm on the second of the 2 books that I initially borrowed from the library. Next, I have The Book Thief, which I think I'll go through that pretty quickly. But I'm also in the middle of moving, so who the heck knows?
I was going to say, The Book Thief I thought that was a pretty easy read.
Yeah.
I also was like, oh my gosh, The Book Thief, and became immediately obsessed with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what can happen. It doesn't matter how big the book is, if it like, I just feel bad that I read this so long ago, I don't fully remember it.
I love that, though, because then you're going to get all of these like new little details. Yeah. And you'll be like, oh, I remember that. I don't remember that. Yeah. Like, that's the thing I like about reading books again sometimes, if I ever freaking have time for that. I remember there was one book that I read over and over and over again when I was like in middle school, high school. I read it probably at least 5 times.
Oh, wow.
And I cried every single time I read it. It was one of those books where I was like,
why do you do this to yourself?
I don't ask that question truly. Because then it gets easier as I go. I don't know. In theory.
Yeah. Oh, man. We're going to have a busy few weeks. So, yeah.
I'm just glad that summer school is almost done.
Yeah, you're almost done. Oh, my gosh. The summer. So, we have one more Campfire Chat episode. We do have our regular episode that has not been scheduled yet. Once I'm ready to rock and roll, we'll record that.
I was going to say, we're waiting on you for that one, dude.
Yeah, I'm the holdup. But that will happen before the end of the month. We can promise that. Most likely, we're going to have a change in venue for that because I'll be theoretically moved by the time that happens.
I was going to say, I have my table set up with my really nice new chairs. I got 4 new chairs for my really nice table upstairs.
Wait, we're adulting? What is this? What is this?
I hate it. It's fucking stupid.
So who knows? There might be a lot of life changes within the next 2 to 3 weeks. But either way, that's coming. How can people find us?
Well, we're on Spotify at Books, Booze, Murder and YouTube at Books, Booze, Murder, which I went and I looked at our YouTube channel and we've got quite a few people that have like viewed our videos. And I'm just like, that scares me. More people are listening to my voice. That's gross. We have an Instagram at Books, Booze, Murder, and then we have a TikTok at Books, Booze, Murder Pod, which is all you, because I don't need this face out there. Truly, I don't.
I've fully taken, like, the pictures you've uploaded for books, and then you use the TikTok-generated voices, and then I've read your summary for the book and pretended that I was you. It's great.
Done. Love it. Works for me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so I think that wraps it up. We have one more.
One more campfire episode and then summer's done.
What happened to our summer?
We're adults.
We are adults. So
and you're in the middle of moving.
I am. So either way, until next time, goodbye.
But toodles!